Yo, this is from myself. At a genie with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty.
Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken near the 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam.
Now Leonard Fournette. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
55. Mike, 55.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now on 2nd and 13, Haskins. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Ready, black 25. Check, walk 54, walk 55. 5-0.
Jameis now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Coming after you. Check, right 54. Right 54. I'm coming. Green, privacy. Let him go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Fournette, a first down carry. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Good job, team. Good job.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Fournette. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A running play on first down will get 4 up to the 29. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Winston. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A big run by the big man Fournette. Give him 52 yards on the ground. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
Watch the twist. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Fournette. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
On second down, here's Fournette. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check 9. Check 9. 80 weapons. Hey, switch to me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but
Okay, my bad.
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, trying to get away but could not.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for the Dolphins. 42 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, He's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston now. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, even. Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing. Winston. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Shit. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, easy. You go tight. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
On 2nd and goal, Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Winston. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 31-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 2nd down and 4, Winston. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
SOS. Go. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Check.
This time they stay on the ground, and this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54.
Here's Winston. And he finds Parker here, complete. 27 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Winston.
Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go.
And he's going to go down again. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
They'll run with Fournette. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. Let's see if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry. Easy, easy, easy. Let's make these babies cry. Quick dash. Come.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here, because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do, and the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Miami. This is taken at the 23. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. On the run, it's Fournette. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, we got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
16 yards. First down, Miami.
Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Winston now to throw on first down. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. They were able to push him backwards on first down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
They still can't get him. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now this will go for 5 up to the 33. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Fournette. They find some open field here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. First down, Winston. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Winston to throw for it on 4. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Check.
This is Fournette. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas.
They will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
38, Dolphins 19. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 1st and 10, Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Winston. Wilson's got it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Winston. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Running left, it's Fournette. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. I got you. I got you.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped lead